Probably the most asked about feature of Xpedition archery bows is the ATR. ATR stands for Angled Torque Reduction. It's a cable slide system. What looks like a very simple set of hooks is a Type 2 hard coat anodized Teflon-esque type finished product that controls the cables with very little friction within the system. Not only does it have very little friction, it has very little side-loaded torque. We're one of the unique companies that can have equal distribution of limb deflection in a hybrid system because of the lack of side-loaded torque within our cam system. And the ATR gives this bow absolute repeatable recovery throughout the whole draw and shot cycle. When you look at the way the bow functions, when the bow comes to full draw, you're going to see that the cables stand up very straight. There's very little side-loaded torque within the system from static to full draw. So with very little side-loaded torque, you get no riser torque, you get no movement, you get no flex at the limb pockets. It's just an incredibly rigid, incredibly consistent system. We have thousands of ATRs in use right now. The vast majority of our users are recording excellent results. It's different, therefore it becomes a focal point, and people question because they don't understand how a fixed system can have less friction than a movable system. We understand that, so we're going to take a little time to walk you through some of the things that you might have to be a little more cognitive of when you're dealing with your ATR. The first and foremost is the type of wax that you use. Typically, we see vial type tacky waxes that are beeswax or silicone based. They're very sticky, they're not very viscous, and they build up on the outside of the cable system. What will happen with those type of wax systems is you'll get a buildup in the ATR on the bottom side on your control cable and on the top side on your bus cable. And when you see that, all you have to do, it's very easy, you just pop the cables out. It doesn't take a lot of pressure because, as we said, there's not a lot of side-loaded torque in this system. And then clean each groove out with just a dry Q-tip. If you have a tacky wax can actually attract dirt. The dirt becomes embedded in the tacky wax, and if the tacky wax winds up down in the groove, you have an abrasive surface embedded in the wax that will now be in constant contact with the cable. So the best way to mitigate that is to use a product. This is the best one I found, which is Bow Pro Paste from Seal One Coatings. You can get it at your local pro shop, Lancaster Archery Supply. If you just Google Seal One Coatings, you can find places to buy it. As you can see, I put this sideways. It's kind of a flowable wax. It's very thin. It almost feels like an oil when you put it on. There's other products like Brownell's Camis and Scorpion Venom liquid polymer wax. Not the tin type waxes, but the liquid polymers. Boning has a liquid polymer wax. They work better with the ATR system. They're actually string lubricants. The lubrication aspect of those makes it glide through the system a little bit more consistently. They don't pick up the debris and embed it in the string fibers. It is perfectly fine after you get the bow tuned to serve over the wear patches in these cables with 7 thou halo or 8 thou spectra. Serve it very tightly in the same direction as the string is twisted, and you'll create a spot that reduces friction in the system. It'll also resist wear a little better than just the bare string material. I have thousands of shots, probably 4,500 shots on my eccentric 7 right now with nothing other than that. No one will ever accuse me of treating my equipment well. They're tools to me. I drag them through the brush, I shoot them, I lay them down on the ground. I don't do anything special other than periodically I look at them, and as long as they're shiny and slick, I don't do anything with them. If they aren't shiny and slick, I will take some of the liquid polymer wax, wipe it on there, work it in, and I'm good to go. It just takes some getting used to and routine maintenance, just like any other cable slide system.